Hello, this is Phil Jones again with another review for you, and specifically on this one we are looking at Chapter 5, sorry about that, Chapter 5, Estructura y Uso 2 and 3. Okay, so we're looking at two different ones. Both are rather short, and one of them is basically a review, although we will spend some time doing a little bit of practice on it. First concept is on page 142. If you have not had a chance to read this on your own or review it on your own, please stop the video, read through this so that my explanation is the second one that you hear. So if you stop the video and you're back with me, welcome back. We're looking at the verb acabar de, and it is a form of the past tense. Now later, as you know, in chapter 6 you will get to the preterite tense, but this is sort of, I guess, an easy past tense, okay? And that's my definition. You probably won't hear that anywhere else, but it's sort of an easy past tense. And acabar de literally means to have just finished doing something. And if you remember tener que and other words like that, this has a specific format that you have to follow to make the structure correct. And basically that format is acabar de conjugated. And of course you can see the conjugation that I just moved to. Acabo, acabas, él acaba, nosotros acabamos, vosotros acabáis, ustedes, ellos, ellas acaban. Okay? So one of those depending upon what the subject is. So it's conjugated. In the verb, the word, not verb, excuse me, the word de. That does not change. The structure has to be acabar conjugated, the word de, and then whatever action that you just finished, whether it was eating, sleeping, running, drinking, talking, whatever that is, that stays in the infinitive form. So, if I want to say, I just finished eating lunch, acabo, the conjugated form with yo, if that's your subject, the word de, that does not change. And then almorzar is the action that I just finished doing. Acabo de almorzar. I just finished eating lunch. And this works exactly the same way. It is a regularly conjugating verb. So you change it depending upon the subject, and you change it depending upon the action that you were able to do. All right? So enough said about that. I do believe I've given you some... with additional practice, if you feel like you need some, studyspanish.com will give you some of those. And I want to move on at this point to ser and estar. You've seen both of those. I'm not going to conjugate those again for you. And just as a reminder, estar is basically location, action, some weather situations, and then the physical and emotional condition that you've already seen. And there's a more extensive list for the verb ser. I'm not going to list those all here. You can see these in the book. The main thing is that you really need to understand is that in English, these are not two different verbs. Okay? So if I wanted to say John is mad, John está enojado, or John is a doctor, John es médico. I'm using two different words in Spanish, but the word in English is common, is. John is a doctor, John is mad. So that's really, really important to realize that the English is exactly the same. So you can look at the list of ser, and then also in some situations you'll see that the meaning of the sentence depends upon the use. And I hope that you were able to read over page 148 before you looked at this, and then it'll give you some actual different meanings depending upon it. Also, if you go to studyspanish.com and you look up ser and estar, now I don't have that particular one on here, but it gives you a lot of just direct opposites depending upon the use of the verb, depending upon which one you use. So, for example, John is bored, John is boring. And it'll give several of those. And you look at which verb you choose to give the correct meaning. So I'll let you practice those on your own. I do want to go through the Kia practice with you briefly, and then leave it at that. All right, and there's tons of resources on the internet if you feel like you need additional practice. So here we go to Kia. All right, let me move this around for the best view, I believe. All right, hopefully you can see that. All right, so Isabel and Ricardo are in the cafeteria. This one, we're going to use están. Okay, and I encourage you, stop, pause me, you figure this out on your own. And we got the correct answer on that one. So nosotros estamos en casa. Again, location. And that is a correct answer. Maricruz y Mario, blank, mis amigos favoritos. And hopefully you agree that it is son, because this, hopefully they're not just temporarily your favorite friends, they're your favorite friends. So this is more of a permanent condition, and you can refer to the uses of ser. ¿Quién es el profesor de historia? Who is the Spanish professor? And we got that one correct. And I want to describe, Carlos is tall and nice. Es. And again, we got the correct response. Susie y yo are sisters. And again, son. Sorry about that. It should be somos. Anytime that you include yourself in that, I'm sorry, I went too fast on that one. Anytime that you look at including yourself, so this would be as if I were saying this. Susie and I are sisters. So the correct answer is somos. Okay, ¿cómo? What is your schedule like? Horario schedule. Easy or difficult? And be careful, make sure we get this one. ¿Cómo es tu horario? Notice that the tu here does not have an accent, so it's your. It is not you. Okay, and we got the correct answer on that one. Nosotros, blank, en la clase de español. So this was saying we are in Spanish class. Okay, estamos en la clase de español. How are your parents? Now, by the answer bien, I'm not asking you to describe your parents. I'm asking you, how are they doing? So, of course, you know this is physical or emotional condition. ¿Cómo están tus padres? Okay, and we got that one right. And where are your books? Okay, and location on that one. And you're saying to someone, you are a good student. The answer would be, tú eres buen estudiante. So we got a 91% with my error. And again, the difference was Maria y yo, or Susie y yo. That automatically, 100% of the time, is we. All right, I hope this has been helpful to you. Again, there's some additional practice there with Acabar de, with StudySpanish.com. If you need more practice with Ser en Estado, the internet is full of activities.